Most people wonder, what's my number? How much do I really need to retire comfortably? The truth is, there is no one size fits all answer. It all depends on your lifestyle, goals, spending, income sources, and investments. Today, I'll walk you through an example couple, Dave and Maria, to show how retirement planning actually works. Dave and Maria are not real clients. They are simply an example to help illustrate the planning process. Everyone's situation is unique. Meet Dave and Maria. Dave is 65 and a retired engineer. Maria is 63 and works as a teacher, making $100,000 a year and plans to retire in about 2 years. Together, they've saved about $3 million across 401ks, Roth IRA, and a brokerage account, including $50,000 in cash. Their big question is, do we have enough to maintain our lifestyle without worrying about running out of money? Here's a snapshot of their accounts: 401ks, IRAs, a Roth IRA, and a taxable brokerage account. Each account has different balances and investments, which matters for both growth and taxes. Assumptions. We are assuming their investment portfolios generate between 5.3 and 7% based on how they are invested in each account and an inflation rate of 2.5%. We are also assuming them to live until age 95. Dave and Maria estimate they'll need about $150,000 a year to live comfortably, covering monthly bills, healthcare, travel, and time with family. That becomes the retirement income target. Dave started Social Security this year, receiving about $22,000 a year. Maria plans to claim Social Security at 65, which will add another $22,000 annually. So together they'll eventually have around $50,000 from Social Security. Maria is currently making $100,000 a year, which will go down to zero in 2 years. The rest has to come from their portfolio. Here's where planning software helps. We can test their portfolio against different scenarios: market ups and downs, inflation, healthcare surprises, and longevity. In their case, the plan shows about an 88% probability of success. That means most of the time, their savings plus Social Security cover their lifestyle. Now let's see how changes to their choices affect the financial picture. The screen on the left shows what happens to their portfolio if all our assumptions stand true. I don't want you focusing on the numbers. They are going to be wrong because you're not going to see the same market returns year over year. Also, if your returns are lower than average, most likely you are not going to continue spending at the same level. But directionally, these charts give you an idea of where Dave and Maria's portfolio is likely to go. The screen to the right shows the Monte Carlo summary of what is likely. Scenario 1: higher spending. Suppose Dave and Maria decide to increase their annual spending by $20,000, maybe for travel or a second home. When we run that, the probability of success drops to around 71%. Not failure, but they're more exposed if the market struggles. Scenario 2: Maria retires tomorrow. What if Maria doesn't want to wait until 65 and retires tomorrow at 63? That means fewer years of income from her salary and 2 extra years of portfolio withdrawals. Their probability of success falls to around 65%. A reminder that retirement timing really matters. In the average case, they still don't run out of money. Scenario 3, market downturn early in retirement. What if their investments lose 5% per year for the first 2 years of retirement? That's a tough start because those early withdrawals are coming out when the portfolio is already down. When we run the numbers, the probability of success falls to 40% and they run the risk of outliving their money. That's called sequence of returns risk. The order of returns matters just as much as the average return, if not more. Here's the good news. They can use the bucket strategy to mitigate sequence of returns risk so they won't need to sell stocks when they are down. So how much do you really need to retire? The answer is it depends. Dave and Maria's story shows that it's not about hitting a magic number. It's about creating a plan that matches your savings, income sources, and lifestyle goals, and stress testing it against the unknowns. That's when you move from do we have enough to yes, and here's how we'll make it work. Remember, everyone's situation is unique. What I've shared here is general education, not specific advice. If you'd like guidance tailored to your circumstances, talk to a qualified financial planner.